What's up, guys? I'm back for another video. I'm still working on the KA right now, so what I'm going to do today is hopefully try tearing down the whole thing. So I'm going to start with taking the intake and exhaust manifold off, take the head out, and then start working on taking the internals out. So I guess I'll catch you back, start recording, see how this goes. I got the intake and exhaust manifold out. Got all the bolts put back in so I don't lose anything. Next I'm going to take the valve cover off, start taking the cams out, and the front timing cover. So guess let's get it. Alright, so I got the cams out and the valve cover off. So right now, what I'm gonna work on is taking the head bolts out. So, I mean, the head doesn't look that bad actually. Like, everything looks pretty clean relatively still. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna throw this back on the tripod and start taking off the cam bolts. But first, I might take off the main crank sprocket first. Alright, so I got the head off, and that was a struggle, man. Like, even with like the extra leverage, God, I was struggling to get those bolts loose. Like, but I mean, I got the head off, and you could see pretty much how bad the bearings were out because it's on the top of my pistons, like the messed up oil. So that's it there. I mean, this one, it's a long story, but let's just say the first engine that I thought was detonation, it was a washer. And the washer went back into the intake, and when I rebuilt it, it did it again, but I got most of it out, so yeah, we'll talk about that some other time. But pretty much everything in here is looking pretty good. Like, the cylinder walls don't look damaged at all. I mean, yeah, they're not that bad. So I'm still gonna take it to the machine shop. They can tell me what I got to do next. But I'm probably gonna have to end up sleeving this one, my luck being. But we'll see. I guess next what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna start taking off the front timing cover. That way I could get everything apart, like get the pistons and the crank out. Alright, so I got the front timing cover and the head off. I'm gonna probably flip the engine upside down and take off all the accessories like the alternator, the sandwich plate, and then the motor mounts brackets, and then I can start taking the pistons out, and then pretty much should be good. So I guess I'm gonna flip it around and start working on that. got all the rod caps loose, so guess it's round 2 on checking on how bad these bearings are. So we already checked number 2. This is number 3. Let's see how bad these are. At this point, I'm just hoping that I at least saved the rods. Because, I mean, the bearings are obviously bad. The crank, it would be cool if... I mean, that was the worst one, so I'm assuming these aren't that scarred. I mean, that still looks like a bearing, at least. And it's... both sides of it is still on there, so that is also a good sign. It's just I can't get it off. There it goes. Well, the bearing's cooked, but the crank looks gorgeous. There's nothing on it at all, so that's good. Probably shouldn't wipe my dirty fingers on it, but that's solid. It's pretty good. I'm gonna take these 2 off, like take the pistons completely out, and then I might turn it and flip it and get those out. This is what the number 1 cylinder looks like. Small amount of scoring. Doesn't really look like it overheated. This is what the number 4 looks like. And it's definitely overheated. It was about to start breaking down on itself. And that just tells me that the stock intake goes pretty much in the number 1 cylinder. So that explains probably why this one, out of all 4 of them, seems to not be that bad as far as overheating goes. But yeah, so that's everything now. I'm gonna, I guess, take the crank bolts out just to see how those bearings are, and after that I should be done. I don't know when, but my camera died, but I got the crank out. The bearings don't even look broken in, to be honest, because there's still the, what's it called, the break-in, like the paint stuff that was on it, so it wasn't really broken in yet. But I mean, it is what it is. I already took out the oil squirters out of the actual block, but so it's pretty much good to go to the shop. I'm probably not gonna take it yet because I kind of got other things I gotta try getting done before throwing it in there, but for the most part it's already broken down. I just gotta put the normal crank bolts in because machine shop doesn't really use studs for this. So I guess that's it for today. Got everything broken down, just waiting on taking it to the machine shop at this point. Probably next video I'll probably start cleaning up the engine bay, make it look a little bit nicer. I might paint it, I might not. It just depends how it looks after I clean it. So thanks for watching. Tune in for the next one.